What's up, Trainiacs? Today I want to do a video on the 4 types of shoes that I use throughout the course of a day or a few different days based off of the workouts that I'm doing, based off of the speed that I want to build or not build, and based off of keeping my feet healthy. This is something that I've been refining over the course of a few years, and I think I've got a really good system to keep you fast, keep you injury free, keep you strong. So Trainiacs, what I have laid out here are the 4 types of shoes that I have started to incorporate into my daily life. Now this is not just running. This is going about my business throughout the day, walking in and out of the studio and the pain cave here, doing a little bit of exercise throughout the day, doing strength training, doing fast runs, doing long, slow runs. And what I've found is that if you want to optimize being fast while being healthy, while keeping your feet injury free, which is very, very common, you need, I would say, 4 different types of shoes. So I'm going to list these off in order of, I would say, most critical to least critical. Now the first most critical shoe is like a meat and potatoes, well-cushioned shoe. If you're somebody who is running 1 time a week, odds are that 1 run is going to take a lot out of your body. It's ideally going to be a longer run because if you only do 1 run a week, it should be a longer run. That means that you need a more built up structured shoe. This is the Hoka One Bondi, which there will be a review for up there, but this is the Bondi 6. This is basically Hoka's most cushioned road training shoe. And why I liked this shoe is because it took a lot of the load off your body. Now it doesn't have to be this. It can be the Clifton, it can be the Saucony Kinvara, it can be New Balance. But what you're looking for in your meat and potatoes shoe is something that is really comfortable, not too aggressive in the standpoint of like, say, under 8 ounces or a really thin sole. You want something with a fair bit of structure to take that load off your body. This is what you do the majority of your running miles in. It's on easy days, it's on long run days. And I would put this in the 1 to 5 Trainiac rating scale, where 1 Taren head is whatever, knock yourself out. If you want to try it. And 5 is everyone needs this. A meat and potatoes training shoe is a 5. Everyone needs one. Doesn't have to be this one, but it needs to be something that's a little bit more built up. Now, next most critical, I would say, is it doesn't have to actually be these Vibram 5-finger shoes. Essentially, what I'm getting at here is the next most critical thing that you want is to be barefoot a little bit throughout the day. Over the last couple of years, as I have struggled with Achilles injuries and top of my foot injuries, I've found that actually the more I incorporate little bits of barefoot movements, whether it's with these shoes as I'm walking on the treadmill, with these shoes while I'm doing some light strength movements, with these shoes just walking around throughout the day, or like right now, just walking around barefoot throughout the day, the stronger my feet are and the easier I'm able to increase my mileage without injury. When I start spending more and more and more time in shoes throughout the day, it's positively correlated with injuries. So I find that a mixture of these nice cushion shoes with not ignoring the strength of your feet by either going barefoot or getting some Vibram 5 fingers or really minimal shoes like these, very, very helpful. 1 Taren head to 5 Taren heads, put this as like a 4 or 5. Barefoot should be a 5. These, if you're going to start incorporating little bits of barefoot movements in your strength training, probably a 4. Next most critical shoe is more of a road racing shoe. So if you are doing more than 1 run a week, your second run is going to be a faster run. That's where this shoe comes in. This is the Nike Zoom Fly, and it doesn't have to be the Nike Zoom Fly or the 4% or some 4-ounce racing shoe. What I'm getting at is basically just a shoe that's a little bit lighter, somewhere in the 6 to 8 ounce range, that is just a little bit springier, a little bit more aggressive, a bit of a smaller sole on it. And what this is going to help with is a couple of things. Number one, because it's lighter, it's going to allow you to get off the ground quicker, developing that quick, short ground contact time that keeps us injury free and starts developing speed. And it also takes a little bit of the load off of this shoe. After you run in any shoe, typically takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for the cushioning on the shoe to fully recover from it, just like us. And having shoes that you can intermix between each other allows your shoes to last a little bit longer and helps your body out. So you can do the meat and potatoes work in that more meat and potato shoe, do your faster work in this. Now these are shorter runs, quicker runs. You're not spending a ton of mileage in this, but maybe 1 to 2 runs a week. And in the 1 Taren head to 5 Taren head rating scale, if you are running more than once or twice a week, I would put a lighter shoe right at like 4 Taren heads. It's not a must. You can certainly get away with this, but it makes it easier for you to progress. And if you're doing that faster run, that second or third run throughout the week, you want to get the most out of it. You want to have the right shoe for the job. Now the third shoe, this is a total luxury. I'm going to say that this is like a 2 or 3 Taren heads out of 5. These are UFOs. Hoka also makes them. This is a recovery slide. And I recommend a recovery slide because recovery flip-flops, a thong, that thong ends up requiring your toes to just grab a little bit and it alters your foot pattern, whereas a slide does that a little bit less. These are a recovery shoe. So you use these if you feel beat up. I will use these just about every day, but I'll use it intermixed about 50-50 between these and these, or these and these. What I actually found most recently over the last 2 months is that after going to a physiotherapist, I said, do you think I'm maybe spending a little bit too much time in these cushion shoes, not allowing my feet to develop flexibility, dexterity, and strength by being barefoot? And he said, yeah, absolutely. So I was like, oh, okay, so these are a sometimes trees. Like, yeah, totally. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not useful. It's certainly nice when we beat up our body from running and cycling and everything is just a little bit off. This is nice to take a little bit of load off the body. So call this like a 2 or 3 Taren heads out of 5. If you want it, if you like it, go for it, but use it very sparingly. Now, of course, I will use winter boots and just outdoor nice looking boots or walking around runners. But as far as shoes that I've incorporated into thinking about overall fitness, wellness, foot health, these are the 4 types of shoes that I've come to realize are very critical to making sure that I take load off my body and give enough cushion to the body. I make sure that my feet have good mobility, dexterity, health, strength. I'm getting faster and have shoes that encourage and support that goal, and I'm comfortable. So Trainiacs, with all that said, those are the 4 shoes that I'd recommend and the importance of them. If you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button below, and if you are subscribed, tell me your favorite shoe. I would like to try a new shoe. Pete wears boots. Pete wears boots when it's cold. He hates them. Later, Trainiacs.